Welcome back to Cryptowallet channel, guys. In today's episode we're going to be doing something very interesting about the Bitcoin price. I think I found out something that may crash the price on the Bitcoin, on the link, on the Vechain. We're going to go through those charts for sure, and I need to show you the thing that I found out, correlation that is no more correlation on some sort of a way. So make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, and also stay all the way until the end of this video if you can. I'm going to try to make it short as it's possible for you, so I will not waste too much of your time. You know, I'm very strict with the getting onto the point at right moment and not, drag the video for too long. And now let's begin. So first thing first, we're going to be doing technical analysis on the daily chart the most over here, but we're going to switch on the weekly just to check out what is going on with the Bitcoin. And as we can see over here, we are still in this consolidation pattern, tunnel, whatever you want to call it. We made one Bart Simpson pattern over here and we crashed to the 20 weekly exponential moving average. And so far so good, we are still holding above 20 EMA, 21 EMA on the weekly chart. And also we are standing also above this support right now on the way to the upside together with the 20 EMA. So 20 EMA and this purple line over here is also in the same way. So if we break one of the another, that's the same thing, we broke both. So I think this is for now strong level of support, but it seems like we are seeing some weaknesses and I'm about to show you why. So switching back to the daily chart over here, we're not going to use too much indicators, but because they're not so relevant right now. We broke 20 EMA once again over here 2 days ago, actually yesterday, and we are surging somewhere around $10,500. Consolidation over here is happening. But if we switch on the S&P 500, there is something very interesting that you need to see. What happened with the S&P in the previous 2 weeks or so? It went into the continuation pattern, which is a falling wedge formation, and as we can see, we broke bullish and got above 20 EMA on the S&P 500, which basically means that the S&P doesn't want to actually crash, which is interesting. Also, we found level of support yesterday and managed to see new local high on the S&P 500. Now, interesting fact is that we still didn't detach from the S&P 500, but if in the previous 7 days or so S&P was bullish, why on earth Bitcoin is still crashing in the previous 7 days or so? This is very, very weird to see, because if the S&P 500 is trying to recover from that fall on the continuation pattern, why on earth Bitcoin is not doing the same? So it seems like on the daily chart, or at least lower time frame, we are seeing detaching from the S&P 500. I don't want to see correlation again once the S&P 500 starts drawing itself again below those levels that is on right now, because as you can see on 20 EMA we are above over here on the S&P 500, and if we starts dropping over here and Bitcoin starts finding correlation again, then the Bitcoin could drop even further lower. So this is very concerning to me, that when the S&P 500 is surging to the upside in the previous 7 days or so, why Bitcoin is not surging to the upside, also breaking $12,000 or at least $11,000. As you can see, we are on $10,500. One thing that I can say is that we are still in this small consolidation pattern over here that we can draw. So I think in the next few days or so we should see breakout either to the upside or to the downside. As you can see, the pattern is totally legit, so we will see some sort of a breakout sooner or later, but I don't know why we are detached right now after these 7 days or so. We're going to see how this will play out on the Bitcoin, but if the S&P 500 turn around, starts dropping, Bitcoin will follow, and unfortunately Vechain, ChainLink, Ethereum are going to follow also, because they are extremely attached for the Bitcoin price. Now definitely observe correlation between S&P 500 and the Bitcoin, because there are no correlation in the previous 7 days over here whatsoever. It's going to be very important for the next move, because Bitcoin is finding itself over here on some very important levels to decide is it going to be bullish in the next months or so. Now the same similar chart is happening on the Ethereum. Over here we can see the consolidation in this pattern over here, and it's most probably going to be dependent on how Bitcoin, will play out. Is it going to break out on the upside or to the downside? There is a big possibility that the Ethereum will follow as it's followed in the previous weeks or so. And also we need to mention that we are declining from 20 EMA, so until we see breaking up this level of resistance over here, finding a level of support and starts bouncing, we cannot say that we are going to change our trend right now on neither of these coins. Also, if we switch on the link, we can see that the link dropped pretty heavily, and I did warn you many times about link that it went too parabolically, and usually when this happens they tend to actually come back to retest 20 EMA or any of these moving averages very violently, and usually it follows the breakout of that moving average. So you need to be careful when you see big parabolic move. I saw many times in the comment sections of other videos also, because I am watching other YouTubers, link is never going to stop, link is never going to go down, and look what happened actually over here. If you are a long-term holder, that's okay, but you could always take gains and buy more with those gains afterwards when that happens. I know it's a little bit hard, but you need to learn a little bit technical analysis in order to profit from it, right? So as you can see, we did decline from it pretty much 2 times over here, and it's still surging to the downside, and I think we could visit 7.27, and I think this base over here is going to hold for sure for the link and bounce back to retest 20 EMA one more time. So what you need to observe on the link over here is either breakout of 20 EMA, which pretty much is going to hit the next high over here that we didn't manage to break, let's say like that, and the other one. And also you need to watch a higher low. If we see like this higher low, even if the link doesn't go so low to test these levels over here, then you're going to have higher low over here, which is going to give you a signal, okay, this may be the buy opportunity. Let's find for the another signal, which is breaking up 20 EMA, for example, and then you could actually buy above it, and you will have pretty much good gains. Do not buy without any bullish signal whatsoever, because it could cost you some money. Now, interesting thing about Vechain is that it's still in this, let's say, continuation pattern over here, falling wedge formation. And for me, if you ask me, it is still bullish. I must say this because even so we dropped so low, we can actually measure it over here. We dropped for around approximately 50%. It's still looking very bullish because this is continuation pattern, and as you can see, it's on the daily chart. Even if we switch on the weekly chart over here, we see some sort of a continuation pattern that just broke 20 EMA on the weekly chart, but that doesn't mean that we will not hold. We are still having this base over here to hold us if something happens, but if this doesn't hold over here where the Vechain actually hit few times on the weekly chart, then we could expect prices like 0.008 over here. That's like 20% below 1 cent of the per Vechain, right? So if we switch on the daily chart over here, we still have a time and the chance to break to the upside. But one thing I want to teach you over here when it comes to the patterns, I like patterns, and I am some sort of a pattern analysis guy and a trader. When price gets too overextended in some pattern, that could be counted as a noise. You cannot say it's pattern anymore, because you have strictly special amount of hits in that pattern. It cannot just go to the downside, and you expect that that's the still falling wedge formation. No, it's the noise that's happening on that pattern. And as we can see over here, Vechain is getting closer to its end of the pattern, so we need to see breakout soon in order to say, okay, this pattern is totally legit. So if you're a Vechain holder or a trader, make sure to observe this level of resistance over here. When are we going to actually break out and see some sort of a movement to the upside. For now, we are still in the pattern, and you cannot say that we are bullish until we break out, until it's proven otherwise, you know, and that's when we break this level of resistance. Now we are here on the gold because gold is also correlated with the Bitcoin and with the S&P 500. As you can see, we are in the similar pattern as the S&P 500, and as we can see over here, gold is declining from 21 exponential moving average or 20 EMA, whatever you want to call it. As we can see over here today already, gold actually declined from 20 EMA, and as we can see, 50 already went over 20, which it seems like that we are seeing trend reversal. It's still not confirmed yet because we are in this falling wedge formation over here. We could still break on the upside and see gold going a little bit more higher, but I don't think that the gold will continue its rally to the upside because I think that the USD is getting strength a little bit, and whenever the USD is getting strength, the gold and precious metals that are actually saving your wealth are going to fall down because people are going to sell it for the dollar to invest in a little bit maybe higher risk assets like the S&P 500, stocks, even crypto, bonds or whatever. So make sure to be careful if you're trading gold, but definitely observe it because as we can see in the previous 7 days, as on the S&P 500, gold is in the uptrend, and if we take the measurements over here, that's pretty much 3.5% almost, while Bitcoin is in minus at least 3 to 5%. So this is going to be interesting to observe in the next period of time, and definitely hit that like and subscribe button so you're not going to miss any of these updates. We're definitely going to follow the action price and do a video over here, and if something bigger happens, I'm going to do a live stream so you can ask more questions as you can now in the comment section down below. Now, I think this is it for this update over here, ladies and gentlemen. Please check out our videos over here. We're covering Apollo currency. We're not sponsored by anyone, but if you want to see the cryptocurrency that is going to give you a dividends, a stable coin that is backed up with the gold and going to pay you in dividends just for holding it and everything, very, very sound cryptocurrency, even better than Tether. Just check out our videos. This cryptocurrency is insane. They do have sharding, most fastest, most secured blockchain in the world. They even overtook Ethereum in the battle for the sharding. They do have quantum blockchain over here, resistance, national payment platform, and many other government solutions. They're cooperating with many governments. They have some incredible stuff. I'm just testing their game actually that is going to pay you for playing it in beta version. You're going to mine gold in game. You can also check out that video over here, I think, and I did one video about my experience in the game, so definitely check out our videos over here. They do have some incredible products that is going to push you to invest in it, because in today's crypto space only 1 or 2% of the cryptocurrency space will survive as the winners, let's say, in the space, and Apollo currency is definitely one of them, because millions and millions of people are going to use this cryptocurrency for paying fees and many other stuff. Definitely check this out, hit that like, subscribe button, and until the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.